Appreciate you joining us today for a brief Bible study. We've been in 1 Corinthians chapter 12 this week. Today we are looking in verses 25 through verse 27. Let's get over there and let's read it together. Verse 25, and let me bump the screen down a little bit. Verse 25. Just to pick up where we left off yesterday, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care for one another. And if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. For if one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are the body of Christ, and members individually, it says. Okay, let's make a few points. One is this: the body is not the member, the body is not the individual. Sometimes folks get messed up on that and they'll think, well, whatever the individual can do, the church can do, the body can do, and whatever the body can do, the individual can do, and they are not the same thing. The body is not the member, and this is one of the places where you can show that. There are other places where you can show it as well. But we need to understand this. The body is not the member. Sometimes folks think, well, I don't even have to go to church. You know, we already talked about earlier in chapter 11 when people say, "Oh, I don't have to assemble with the church. I don't have to go to church. I can stay home. I can go out on the lake. I can go fishing. I can do this. I can do that. I can do the other." All I know is in 1 Corinthians 11 verse 18 it talks about coming together as a church. The body is not the member. I am not the church. I am not the body. I am a member. The body is not the member. But the member does need to be part of the body. Here we're talking about the spiritual gifts in chapter 12. And while that age has passed, we still supply what others need. We are still working for the profit of all. We are still seeking others' edification. We are still esteeming others better than ourselves. The member, me, you, we need to be a part of the body. We need to be functioning within the body, doing what we can. That's what we need to be doing. And we grow, and as we grow in a number of ways, but one of the ways we grow is in usefulness. If a one-talent man is faithful with that one talent, what does the Lord reward him with? More work. He grows. His abilities grow. And the Lord uses him more and more in the kingdom for others' benefit. The member needs to be a part of the body. I am not the church, but I am a part of the local congregation. And that's what's in view here in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. The member needs to be a part of the body, functioning to care for others. That is what we need to be doing. Individually, this is what we need to be doing. Sometimes when we think about help and we think, that's the church's job. The church has its work, certainly. But we better be doing what we need to be doing individually, because the body, while it is not the member, the body is comprised of members. And the members need to be functioning as a part of the body. What this goes to is sometimes people think, I don't have to place membership. I guess I have to get both my fingers in there. Place membership. I don't have to be a member of the local church. Where does it say I have to be a member of the local church? 1 Corinthians chapter 12. That's where it says it. We are members of one another. The body is one and has many members. This is what scriptural membership looks like. Membership is not, frankly, living like a nomad. Some people are kind of nomadic with their membership. And what I mean by that is they just come and go as they please. Maybe they're there, maybe they're not there. Maybe they're here one week and they're gone the next. Maybe they're someplace else. Whatever the case may be. And you cannot ever count on them. You're glad to see them when they're there and you try to encourage them, but they're very nomadic in their view of membership because they really don't believe in membership. We need to believe in membership. We need to be serving a function in the local work. And that function is to care for others, to rejoice with others, to sorrow with others, to supply what others need, to love others, to all those things. Exhorting one another, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, but stirring each other up unto love and good works. That's scriptural membership, and I cannot do that if I'm never around you. This is what membership is. The body is not the member. The member needs to be a part of the body, functioning to care for others, rejoicing and sorrowing with others. It's what our verse says there in verse 26. If one member suffers, all the members suffer with it, or if one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. The Corinthians had a big problem with selfishness. And a lot of folks today have a big problem with selfishness, and we all have a problem with selfishness from time to time. And we think it's all about us, and well, that's not really my thing, and I'm just going to do whatever makes me happy and stuff like that. We need to deny ourselves. And if one member suffers, then we need to rejoice with those who rejoice, and we need to sorrow with those who sorrow. What it talks about in other places. I believe Romans talks about that, if memory serves. But this is what we need to do. Sometimes when people are rejoicing, for whatever reason, doesn't matter what, assuming it's not sinful, and we think, well, that's them, that's not really my thing, and we don't rejoice with them. Maybe they're sorrowing, and we say to ourselves, well, we'll just leave them alone. They just need to be left alone. There's time to be left alone. I'm not saying that. But we are supposed to rejoice with those who rejoice and sorrow with those who sorrow. And maybe that's not our cup of tea. But we need to be able to rejoice when others rejoice. If I only rejoice when something good happens to me, I need to understand this passage better. I need to understand other passages better. If I only sorrow when something bad happens to me, I need to understand this passage better, and I need to understand what membership really is, that we are members of one another. The body's not the member, but the member needs to be a part of the body, functioning to care for others, and that includes rejoicing and sorrowing, suffering with others. This is what being a part of the body means. Hope the study's been beneficial for you as we look into these last few verses in 1 Corinthians. We have one more day to go as we'll talk more about those last few verses tomorrow, but I appreciate you studying along with us today. Hope you have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow as we wrap things up. Thanks for being with us.